Here's an interesting old build that showed up on my desk today. This was a custom-built gaming PC with a custom liquid cooler for the graphics card, which I believe is a 9800 GTX. It was made, or the system was built around the same time that a 9800 GTX came out, I do believe. So that's how old it is. I don't know exactly how old that is, but that is when it was built. Unfortunately, this system is mostly disassembled now because the loop leaked, and I think it leaked on the video card, which really sucks because I wanted to get this thing working to try it. But I'm not going to be able to use this video card because I think that it's toast, which really sucks. And there's lots of evidence of the leakage. You can see the modem that I suspect was down here. It has a lot of pink staining on it. This Molex to SATA connector had a lot of liquid on it still when I picked it up. This thing hasn't been used in about 5 years now. Yeah, it's just been sitting like this. And also out of the case, because all this stuff was just thrown in there. I suspect the person that was running the system kind of gave up after the system leaked and just said, screw it, I don't want to deal with it. And I don't blame them at all. Had these two fans. I don't know where they would have gone in the case because there's already two fans up here that are identical. And there's only one, well, maybe, you know, I guess there might be two fan things. There's a grill that you could attach a fan to right here, I guess. So, yeah, those were just sitting in the corner. And as I said, the system leaked. So we can see that right here on the card. And excuse me 1 second, I have to refocus the camera. Yes, the system leaked all over the place. You can see there's a pink stain right here on the label. There's also another pink stain over there. There's some staining right here. I mean, all over the case there's evidence. There was a paper towel in here that was completely pink. I might actually have it. Let's see if I have it here. Yeah, there were, well, this is the second one that's not as pink, but there's a totally soaked ball of napkins there. And the system is still leaking. I brought it home in my car. Luckily it didn't get anywhere, but you can see the pink puddle of sadness right there. That's unfortunate. The reservoir is properly emptied. It's below the low level for the coolant. I don't know if it's actually called coolant. I don't know what else you would call it though. I just assume that's what it is. The lines are totally empty. This one, I don't know if it's coming to or going, or coming from or going to the radiator, but this one's totally empty. This one is mostly empty that goes up here. It stops right behind this power connector there. That's about all that there is. The radiator itself, I would assume to have nothing in it right now. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, you can see it leaked out of what looks like a seal or a gasket maybe, because that is everywhere. Man, I would have been so pissed if this were mine. Damn. Damn. There's, again, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I don't know very much about custom liquid systems or liquid-cooled systems at all. So I'm doing my best to guess. This would maybe be... Screw it, I don't know what that is. There's another thing right there. Looks like a little reservoir, but there's no pump on it. So I don't know what that would be. Up at the top, while we're still talking about the liquid cooling system, there's the radiator. Up at the top, it looks pretty substantial, almost like a car radiator, unlike ones that you'd see in closed-loop systems of today in 2016. There's some kind of power supply or voltage regulator. Don't know what that is up there. Something to do with power. Looks like some of them go to the fans that are on top. 3 nice fans up there. And the rest, well, I just don't know where that goes. Interesting. Power supply, while we're up here, is it's an Ultra 700 watt modular power supply. And somewhat see that there's some connections right there for Molex power that are unused. This board, I do believe, and I'm probably wrong, and it doesn't say it really anywhere that's accessible, I do believe this is an AM2 Plus board. I could be wrong, and I might be, but it is an AMD board as far as I know. Yeah, I don't know what model CPU this is, but this looks like an Acer motherboard to me. Oh, you know what? It says Acer right there. I guess I was right. Yeah, this weird style of motherboard where it's like totally plain and green, but then it has these really brightly colored RAM slots and PCI Express slot. I've seen that quite often on some older Acers. It's an HT2000, or at least that's the model that I see on the board. It's got 2 SATA ports, I assume SATA 1. Takes DDR2 RAM. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Cool, cool. This case is also somewhat of an oddball, and something I kind of wish I was around when these kind of systems were the norm, or at least I had enough money to build one, because these things are cool. I mean, look at this. It's purple, and it's huge, and it's got chunky plastic on it. You can open it up. There's where your CD-ROM and floppy would go. There's a case lock, as well as USB and FireWire underneath there. It's even got a little display up here for, I would assume, displaying temperature, fan speed, or something. Very, very, very cool. Around the back, not much to mention. Oh. Well, there's the model of the case that I just found. It looks like either PC2 or PO2-61BLW server case. And there's a model number on there that says CCS-A07. In case you want to look up what this case is, I'm going to do so after I finish making this video. Yeah, the back of the board is very, very standard for a basic Acer board. So that's cool. It's very cool. I have the side panel down here. The side panel has a rather interesting release mechanism. It's not a pull like you would think, it's just a push. And that releases the tab on the inside. Case made by Coolants. Interesting. Well, what I'm going to do now, and I don't know if I'll show this because I'm sure it's going to be a failure. I'll update the video description if it is not a failure, and you'll probably see more of it if it ends up working. But I'm going to take this liquid cooling system out, put it in a rubber or a plastic box container or something, and just let it sit there for a while until I find something to do with it. And other than that, I don't think I'm going to build anything out of this. I might just part it out, or maybe build something else in it, because it's really cool. I like this case. So yeah, that is it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed a look at this broken-ish computer build, gaming PC. I don't really have much else to show you. I would try to boot it up, but I've got to unplug everything here and make sure it's not trying to run the liquid cooling system, as well as I'll put a hard drive in it because there's no hard drive. So yeah, hope you enjoyed watching, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them.